All right. Good morning. It is Friday morning. Actually, I'm going to turn this a little bit more toward the background here because that's perfect. Perfect content material for what I'm about to get into. Hey, I am ML, aka SofaKingJewish on YouTube. ApeIt.Ink is my publication of record. I'll switch it up here and I'll get into the thing. I won't take too long. I've been a partaker of the two-way system, and I still highly encourage them. But I think I ran afoul of their rules, as I understand it. Very basic rules that they have, which is basically you can say what you want to say opinion-wise. Don't unnecessarily. My understanding of it is peace, love, and understanding, meaning that you can state your opinion in a tactful manner. Whereby you're not, if you attack people or get into it with people, it's okay to get into it with them on the issues, politely, with a little bit of roughness there. I mean, it's that depends upon the people being served, I suppose, or who are watching, or I mean, some people handle it very well. Some people are very passive aggressive and they just can't. They don't have the ability to talk about a controversial topic without getting super steamed and heated. But this morning, when I was on the chat with the morning meeting, which I've done more weekdays, Monday through Friday than I probably should admit. I don't catch every single one, but I'm not far behind. If I miss a day or two or whatever, I have to work just like everybody else. But I was censored, and my comments on Hamas were deleted, and they went into this very spin-off conversation that occurred in the chat, and people can't see the chat. That's not publicized, which is what it is. It's kind of a nice little cool thing for the most part. I've been doing this thing for whatever. I mean, I'm an able-bodied person. I have a sound mind. I have my views. Sure, I'm going to vote for Trump. Sure, I absolutely love Israel. These things are all true. What I don't understand is and I'm going to allow some room here because they also talk about the presumption of grace, right? So I feel that in that spirit, and nobody from Two Way is ever going to see this, which is fine. But this is just me kind of doing my thing. I'm still going to show up and do the two-way thing, but I gotta tell you, I'm very disappointed with one of the admins on their team. That's the only logical conclusion from my perspective that I can ascertain is I said, I guess I should say what I said. All I said was that the people of Hamas wanted this war. They wanted to be bombed. They want to have a fight with Israel. They want to kill and harm IDF and Israelis. That played out on October 7th last year, which we are on the doorstep of practically. To have my comments like that, which are universally agreed upon, even if you are pro-Palestinian, there are a few pro-Palestinian people that believe that there's a genocide going on or whatever. They put the blame on Hamas where it belongs. The smart ones will. They'll say that the people of Palestine are suffering. That's one side. But the Hamas side, to say and to censor and to delete comments that say something along the lines of, and I did it again and again and again and again. Not like I didn't spam the chat, but I saw my comment was deleted. I don't know where it went. I put it back up, a similar version of it, essentially saying that the people of Hamas deserve everything they get. They wanted it. They wanted a war, a direct head-to-head confrontation, military, no ceasefire, absolute warfare. That's what they wanted. And to have that's not a very controversial topic to say. That's my opinion. That's not misinformation. That's not disinformation. That's not a false. That's not an allegation. That's direct reality. Cause and effect. Any logical person, from my point of view, can easily make that distinction. So I'm just really disappointed in, and again, maybe the admin thought it was over the line. I don't think that it was, considering other things that I've seen in that chat. I thought it was very bland to speak extemporaneously on a contemporary topic that's going on right now. What the hell? What the hell? Unless I got it wrong, and I don't see where I went over the line. And then a little bit later on, toward the end, I did make a comment of saying something along the lines of, Hamas must be destroyed, and may they rot in hell, something to that effect. How is anybody in America going to have a problem with that statement? Now, I understand peace, love, and understanding, but there are some things that you cannot be peaceful about, you cannot be loving, and you can absolutely not be understanding about. I don't. Why would I be graceful about Hamas? Who the fuck would be graceful about that? This whole topic of Israel and IDF and Hamas and Palestine is a landmine. It's a fucking landmine of things that you could step in and it goes boom. Whoever side you're on. You know, that what I said in the Zoom chat is tame. It's tame compared to some of the things and statements that I put out on video, on Twitter, or on Facebook. And I've talked which have pretty much echoed my private thoughts on the whole conflict. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Maybe I can't logically, and I will definitely spend some cycles in the back of my mind, kind of like walking in other shoes and seeing if maybe it could be taken a different way or something. I don't understand. I don't understand. I will not apologize for the comments that I made, nor am I looking for an apology from the admin who deleted my comments, unless it was somebody else who had admin rights and they did. I don't know. I can't point the finger. I did screenshot who made the announcement to the chat room about we got to be peace, love, and understanding. And if your comment denigrates anyone, it will be deleted. How are you going to delete my comment for denigrating Hamas? On the people of Hamas, meaning their supporters, the people who support Hamas. I didn't say all Palestinians were Hamas, although in the Gaza, I could logically make the argument. I didn't do this in the chat. I could logically make the argument that all the people in Palestine, there are polls out there that they support Hamas to the tune of 70, 75, 80%, 85%, depending upon the makeup of the damn near 90% in some demographics in Gaza, that was put on by a Palestinian organization in Gaza. Like they polled them, that came out mid-year, I think, or January or something like that. It was either December, January, February of this year that I found it, that was talking in the circles, the news circles that I roll in. Anyway, I just think it's ridiculous. And I guess this is me. And to be fair, I could be absolutely correct and right on my interpretation of the rules and reality and how it goes. But at the end of the day, I recognize that if you have an admin title on Two-Way and you represent their organization, they have absolute right to censor anything that I comment or talk about or whatever. They have anything. They can do it. They can do it just because they don't like that I have brown eyes or that I have this going on in the background, or which I did not, by the way. I did toward the very end, but nobody cared or saw about it. I just to be fair, they can absolutely censor, chill, delete any comment or any kind of playground rules that they want to make up on the roll. Denigrating, I would understand if I was being vicious and mean and directly attacking a person and not their view. I can understand that. But that's not what occurred. How in the fuck can you get in trouble for denigrating Hamas? What the fuck? You can disagree that there is not a genocide going on in Palestine, in Gaza, in the West Bank, and da-da-da-da-da. You can say that. That's a valid opinion. And there are aspects and facts in reality that would back that up. Likewise, on the other side, people who do say that there is a genocide in Palestine, they have their own facts that they'll bring to the table, their opinion. You have an opinion, I have an opinion. What may not I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. I did say upthread that did not get deleted, by the way. The one comment that I did make, I thought that I would have thought would be even more inflammatory than that would be something along the, and I was not making these comments to be provocative and inflammatory. I was making these comments because they needed to be said. I feel as a Jew and a supporter of Israel and American democracy and citizenship and all that good stuff, who has served in the military, and perhaps one day members of my family will serve in the IDF. Who knows? Whatever. But to and it's very frustrating. I said the thing I thought was even more inflammatory was the Palestinian genocide is a joke. That's what I said. That's way more flippant than saying. I would think that would be way more provocative and flippant than saying destroy Hamas, or the people of Hamas deserve what they get, or they deserve it because they wanted it. I don't understand how that could be. I don't get it. I don't think that it was retaliation or anything like that for past comments I've made. I mean, God, Jesus Christ, I've made hundreds of comments in the chat. And if I truly was a problem child, I could have disrupted the whole thing, blown it up in other ways. But I don't do that because that's not what I'm doing. I'm just very disappointed. Shame on that two-way admin for doing that. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. And maybe there can be something that can come. Mark, if you're out there, or is somebody from Two Ways out there and you want to correct me, set me straight, or ask that I follow the rules or whatever, aside from common sense to not be a jackass or an absolute asshole, which nobody should need instructions or rules for, because that's how normal people are. Normal people can have a conversation. Hi, how you doing? Hey, I'm going to vote here. I disagree with you. I'm going to vote over there, or whatever. I just don't understand. So I'll leave the door open. And I'm not asking for grace or anything. And there is no appeal board or anything. This is the only method I have to say something about this topic. You know, if Mark or Sean or Tim or any of the two-way back end people that no doubt there are a lot of people that work for them. I have no doubt. If they want to reach out to me privately and have a conversation, I promise I will keep that conversation private. Some things are not for public consumption. This is just the only way that I have to air this grievance out. And I'm not going to let it ruin my day, but you know, it's just it's chilling. It's chilling. It's chilling to have a platform that says two-way, that invites conversation as its central focus, with very, very, very loose-fitting, reasonable request of the partaker. If you come into the two-way space, which is their space, they can boot you out for any reason they want. That's just, I understand that. But beyond that, how does me talking about Hamas must be destroyed and may they rot in hell, how does that denigrate anyone? I have yet to see anybody from Gaza or from Palestine, as those people know it to be. I have yet to see anybody like that on two-way. I'll go back and I'll look. Maybe there was somebody maybe there was somebody on there. Maybe they already covered that topic. I don't know. It's just very unusual to me. Very unusual to me. So if you're out there and you see this or whatever, leave the door open. Maybe I can get an answer. Maybe there's something. Maybe my and again, giving the benefit of the doubt. Maybe I'm in error here, and maybe they have a perspective that I fail to see, that would cause me to see things from walking in their shoes. My grandpa was a great man to me, and he always told us grandkids and his kids, my mom, my uncles, aunts, he adopted when he didn't have to, when he was already done with kids. He adopted several kids. Great man. I hope that I'm a tenth of the man that he was. But I remember very distinctly, he always said, you know, it's okay to get upset with people. It's okay to have your feelings and rant and rave and da-da-da-da. But he said, you know, his point being, at some point you got to come down for air. That was another common saying in my family: come down for air We God knows the parts of my family, my mom's side, my dad's come up for air. You know, you go on a rant, calm down for air. Let's look at it from a level-headed approach and see what it's like to walk in somebody else's shoes, which is fine. But help me out. Help me out here. Help me out here. Let me extend a hand and say, help me understand why that occurred. I mean, I say a lot of stuff on there. I say a lot of rhetoric, things that I think are rhetoric that back up the points that I want to make or whatever. So does everybody else. I'm not special to this thing. I have engaged in contentious subject matter with people in the chat. I've never had anybody come back. Matter of fact, there was like one time like where there could have been beef. And it was because I worded my my thing very poorly. But that got corrected like right away. And I clarified and there was no beef because what I had put out, and I can't even remember, it was something stupid. But it was very poorly worded because of course everything's happening live and you see the chat and your ability to type fast and respond to something and then get it out is really dependent upon your skill. Anyway, I don't know. So if somebody hears this or sees this or whatever, and you work for Two-Way or you know somebody that works for Two-Way, or you know Mark, or tap him on the shoulder. I wish I could respond on Twitter, but unfortunately my account it's in this lockdown hell, waiting for a review or whatever the hell on Twitter as a paid member, whatever. But that's. I just don't understand. And also, Twitter, there is no such thing as free speech on Twitter. If you have something really spicy to say, you'll say it, and then you're gonna get knocked out. That's a whole other story to that. But I can prove it for over a year. But that's not the point. Of course, it's not freedom of speech. Elon Musk is full of shit with that. But whatever. It's just a marketing term for him. So it's true from the standpoint of it being a marketing term. It's not true in reality. But anyway. Yeah, I'll do the bona fides here, and I'll share Two-Way. I still think it's a good platform. If that happens again, I probably won't show up. So if your goal was to alienate me or to cause me to not want to be part of the conversation, you succeeded. You succeeded in raising it to like where it's just not fucking worth it, and you just fucking walk away and go find something else, whatever. Which is a shame. It would be a shame. I would really miss it. I really would. But anyway, Mark Halperin on Substack. Don't bitch and complain to him, or get rage or whatever. Don't attack them. All I would like is a word. That's it. Or a question answered. What did I do wrong? Aside from like point to like where I did what and I'll never get any of this. This will never get resolved. And it is what it is. This is going to be one of the many things in life that falls through the cracks that you'll just never know. You can assume or whatever, but it is what it is. And I just want to make this and hopefully encapsulate this whole thing in one stroke, which is whatever, forget about it and whatever, but you chill speech. But if it happens again, I don't know what I'll do. Honestly, maybe I'll stick around. Maybe I don't know. I'm not going to launch I'm not going to attack a whole platform for it. There is one person there that woke up this morning on the wrong side of the bed or something, and decided that denigrating Hamas was a no-go. I don't understand it. That's bullshit. It says, help me understand the bullshit. Maybe it's me that's full of bullshit. I don't know. But anyway, Two-Way. Of course, their website. It's also in the show notes. Go and check it out. It is worth looking at and looking. But I'm very disappointed. I'm just disappointed. But if you like what you see, I would appreciate it if you could subscribe to me on YouTube. Very greatly. It's will always remain free. At 54 subscribers, a record high. I joke. Mom watches. Hi, Mom. I'm just kidding. I'm a nobody again. But if you like what you see, I do longer form content on ApeIt.Ink, my publication of record, as it were. Also available on, that's going to say that I'm locked up. Also available on ApeIt_Ink. I will be back in about 5-6 days or something, whenever the thing is lifted, whatever. And it could, the last time this happened, it got lifted earlier than I was expecting. So we'll see. I don't know. Whatever. I don't pay too much attention to that. I try not to make too many provocative statements, but I do make a few on Twitter. But it's Twitter, and that's the real world. So if you like what you see and you want to get in on the two-way, have a conversation. If you see this and you're part of the normal two-way, the about 100 and 200 or so people that show up every day, a lot of them are regulars. Sometimes you tend to notice some names. I'm not going to say their names because that's their private business. But I just wonder, what's your perspective? If you were part of the morning chat this morning, where did I go wrong? Or maybe there's a conversation there for me to understand. But I can't understand it unless I can talk about it. And if I can't talk about it, then I'm just going to have to chalk it up to like one of those things in life of like, well, if I don't have any input from the other side, then I don't know. Then I'm just leaving with a big question mark that grows bigger and bigger. And questions that are not answered can turn into something. It can turn into anything, which it is what it is. I try to be level headed. I don't know. I just don't. I don't get it. But anyway, I appreciate you listening to me rant for about 15-20 minutes. And I'm gonna say have a good day. Happy Friday. A little wet here in the flyover country city of St. Louis in Missouri. I hope hug your loved ones. Also, be good and just have a good day.